having a great time. It's one of those days, Thursday. There's FA Cup games, there's Africa Cup of Nations, and guys, over the week, and there's Spanish Cup, and there's the Bundesliga coming back this week, second division. Guys, what are your thoughts? Get in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. It's your boy Mark, an MUFC fan, with the morning views, Man United news. Let's get into this and see what's going. There's a lot of topics at hand, and let's review the topics that we're going to be talking about. And let's start off with the big news, guys. False findings as Sheikh Jassim's bid team demand corrective statement following the Manchester United SEC filings that were reported by almost every single YouTube channel last night, talking about the Sheikh's team were unable to, qualify themselves by proving source of funds. And lots of people have run with that story thinking, you know what? The Sheikh is broke. But anyone with common knowledge would know that Qatar is not a broke country, guys. And if everyone believes that it was a state-backed ownership, state-backed deal, then you have to be realistic and know that they probably checked all their boxes and ticked all their dots. Guys, your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Anthony Martial banished the training alone, guys. Manchester United forward banished from free stream training after falling below required fitness levels. Guys, your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. And I have 2 secret stories I'm going to deliver to you at the end of the show. Guys, stay tuned for more. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and smash those like buttons, guys. It helps the channels grow. I'm trying to get to 100 views, 100 subs today. Hopefully, I could even go on to, to 200 in the following weeks coming. Guys, get in. Let me know what you're thinking. Leave your comments. Let's get into these top stories and see what's happening with Manchester United today, guys. Thank you for joining me, and it's your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan. And guys, thank you for joining me, and let's get into these stories right away so there's no delay, guys. And let's get into the story about Sheikh Jassim and the bid team demanding the corrective statement following the Manchester United's SEC filings, guys. Lots of stories in the news right now. Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani's bidding team for Manchester United are now seeking a corrective statement from the club's SEC filing. Guys, the SEC filing was released on Wednesday, and it dominated the news. Perhaps the biggest take from it all is that Qatar failed in its bid, fronted by Sheikh Jassim, because he refused to prove he had sufficient funds to strike a deal. Guys, as a result, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who was left in a one-horse race and now owns 25% of United, respected reporter Ben Jacobs has provided an update on the situation, and it would be fair to say Qatar or Sheikh Jassim personally are far from impressed about how the news is being portrayed. A source close to Sheikh Jassim's bid team told Ben Jacobs the filing, which is made by MU PLC unilaterally without consulting or having to verify other parties, refrains from disclosing the most basic and irrefutable facts, both about the financial guarantees given and the level of offers made, all of which are fully documented. Inquiries are being made with the SEC as to a corrective statement of a fact. Guys, it's also curious to note that the widespread media reporting the inflated level of the other competing bid at the time and how that stacks up to the reality today. Guys, and as you can see, the Ben Jacobs tweet is there. Sheikh Jassim's bid team are now seeking a corrective statement. Guys, what's going on? Why are these false reports coming out? If Sir Jim already won, there's no need to try to embarrass Qatar or the Sheikh. You know what I mean? And I think they may have bit off more than they can chew. In other words, the Sheikh Jassim's team claimed that the SEC filing omits basic facts, including financial guarantees provided. The new documents were submitted to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. It shows Sheikh Jassim did not respond to the club's request to provide a source of funds. This led to multiple improved offers, but without the required paperwork. It was only a matter of time before Qatar left the negotiation process, and it felt like they were simply wasting everyone's time. Now we have a future to look forward to with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and not a human rights abusing state. It's a slap in the face to sports washing, which can only be a good thing. And when you read that last paragraph, guys, which I would highlight to you, now we have a future forward to look to with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and not human rights abusing state. Guys, we already know what's the order of the day with these journalists. They are not journalists. They are some sort of, moralistic, sensational, probably virtue signaling, individuals who are attempting to skew views and facts to support the narrative and the agenda that they carry, whether consciously or subconsciously. Guys, you need to pay attention to these things because, in some ways you can say that these journalists are, leaning and more partial, which they should not be. They should be presenting a neutral view, fair to both parties on both sides, because everyone knows that Ineos was responsible for some, you know, for some pollutions that happened based on, crashes and stuff with their factories because they are gas companies, you know. So at the end of the day, you say sports washing, but there's greenwashing as well coming from one side. So it's greenwashing on one side and sports washing on the other side. Make it fair, guys. Make it fair. Keep it down the middle. Report the news honestly or don't report it at all. And as I would always say, whether or not you wanted Sheikh Jassim or you wanted Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you know, your views are your views, guys. And no one should take that away from you. At the end of the day, if you wanted a full sale despite the ownership, no matter who was buying the club 100%, then, that's your choice. And that was my choice as well. But now we are in a situation where the Glazers remain, which some fans are happy about, which I don't understand why. And some fans are saying, you know what? Maybe Sir Jim is going to buy them out. There's no proof of that in the pudding. What proof there is that the Glazers can refund Sir Jim and have him out in 18 months if they desire to do so. Guys, don't forget that even though roads did not lead to Doha, 100% Glazers out full sale is always the energy of a Manchester United fan. We have seen what this ownership has done over the last 19 years. If we go to 20 years without winning 20 years with this ownership, guys, it's going to be a long one. And we can't allow this to happen. Big up to you, my boy, Kenny Fan TV. It's all roads leads to Doha. The funny bit, Kenny, is that, despite we all knew that the Glazers would choose who they felt were best for them, they weren't choosing what's best for the club. They're choosing what's best for themselves. So at the end of the day, whether it be Doha or whether it not be Doha, they were always going to choose the deal that was right for them. And fans need to understand that it's not always about what we want. You know what I mean? It's about what the owners do at the end of the day. We could want the world. It's if they want that for us as well. Let's move on, guys. Don't want to stick on that because at the end of the day, what's the point? You know what I mean? We already knew months now that, the Sheikh was out for whatever reasons and that the Glazers chose Sir Jim. Let's hope that this 25% that suddenly evolved to 29% does a good job, guys, because at the end of the day, we all want Manchester United to be successful. We want them to be their best and reach further and further, in this rebuild and complete it and become the dynasty we once was, guys. At the end of the day, it's all about Manchester United doing better. We are all fans of the same club. So whether we wanted a full sale or we are backing Sir Jim, whether it be Qatar or not, we're still all Manchester United fans. Never forget that, guys. Never forget that. And top story number 2, Manchester United forward is banished from first team training after falling below required levels of fitness. And guys, this is Anthony Martial, as you can see. And for me, this is something that's left to be unexpected because we all know that he was unfit for purpose. When we needed him most, he chose to leave and go to Sevilla on loan. Sat on the bench for an entire season, probably. Played 2 games, probably. But he left us when we needed him most. And this guy, for me, he's had 10 years at the club. He's not even scored 100 goals. So let's get into the story. Anthony Martial has not been deemed fit enough to train with Manchester United first team for the past month, as per Mail Sport. The Frenchman has been out of action since the Reds' 3-0 defeat to Bournemouth on December 9th, following which he picked up a sickness bug that ruled him out of subsequent 7 matches. Given his shoddy injury record, most supporters assumed that was the case this time around. Erik ten Hag also kept tight-lipped on Martial's condition when pressed on the matter in pre-game conferences, which at times raised eyebrows at the player's long absence. Martial is training solely. Now, Mail Sport claims that the striker's illness has left him with the fitness levels too inadequate to feature in a competitive game, hence his continued omittance from the matchday squad. Martial has been ordered by Ten Hag to train separately while he works his way back to the required level that the manager demands for United's intense high-demand sessions. The 28-year-old's contract expires in June, and as it stands, the club have no intention of triggering a 1-year extension or keeping him beyond the summer. And guys, in my honest opinion, as I draw some more reference to Anthony Martial, I am one of the fans that would like to see him depart the club. There's clubs that are interesting in his signature, like Inter Milan. There's also clubs like Fenerbahce interested, as well as Galatasaray. Let's hope that one of those 3 clubs come in January and take him off our hands, guys. Whether it be 5 million, 6 million, 10 million, or not even much more, let's hope that he goes, because he's had enough chances, had enough time, and he's not delivered. So as a United fan, it's time to go, man. It's time to go. You got to be ruthless. You know, at the end of the day, you could be a fan. You could love the players. In my opinion, I love all the players because they are Manchester United players. But at the end of the day, if after 18 months, let's say I'm a faithful one, I will give time. So let's say after 24 months, if they have not delivered after 24 months, then maybe it's time. You know what I mean? You can't have a player 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years and they've not delivered. That's impossible, guys. That's impossible. You know, that's regression. And let's get into another one of the special topics I had in store for those of you watching. Serhou Guirassy, guys. Serhou Guirassy. Man United target performs a U-turn and tells Stuttgart bosses he wants to stay in Germany. Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking, because this is going to rock the transfer table right now, because everyone is talking about Serge Guirassy to probably different teams in the Premier League. West Ham is interested. Arsenal have been interested. There are teams like Bayern Munich interested in this guy. And you know what? He says to the bosses, I don't want to go anywhere. And right, Stephanie Griffith, you're coming in 100%. Availability and accountability is most important. This is why Martial has to go. This is why Luke Shaw has to go. Because these guys are never available when you need them. And when they are available, they're too flip-floppy sometimes. Accountability is a problem for these guys. You know, and this needs to be looked at and fixed. 100%. Let's get into the next story, guys, with Serhou Guirassy and his change of heart. Wow, guys. The news this morning is just getting from one up to one down. And Serhou Guirassy, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. The Man United target performs a transfer U-turns and tells Stuttgart bosses he wants to stay. Guirassy has been linked to United on multiple occasions and was said to be one of the names on Erik ten Hag's wish list of possible attacking reinforcements. United are eager to recruit an experienced striker to help relieve some of the goal-scoring burden currently on the shoulders of Rasmus Højlund. Despite the Red Devils' highest top scorer with 7 goals across all competitions, the Dane remains very unpolished and raw. It's clear that Højlund still has a long way to go before he can fully be tasked with the responsibilities of solely leading the line for United. Alongside Guirassy, other goal scorers United are believed to have on their radar include Joshua Zirkzee, Karim Benzema, and Mauro Icardi, just to mention a few. Guirassi's main point of attraction above all other targets lay in the fact that he has a modest 15.2 million release clause that could be triggered in the early stages of the ongoing winter transfer window. Stuttgart's director of football, Fabian Wogelmold, spoke to media earlier this month and expressed doubts about his side's ability to ward off parties interested in Guirassy. However, according to Sky Germany reporter Florian Plettenberg, the Bundesliga chief no longer needs to worry as Guirassy is now intent on remaining at the MHP arena. In addition to this, Guirassy's release clause has expired, meaning Stuttgart can now slap whatever price they desire on the forward. As per Plettenberg, news of Serhou Guirassy wants to stay at Stuttgart in winter. Stuttgart bosses informed about the decision of the 20-year-old top striker. If nothing extraordinary happens with other clubs until deadline day, injuries, etc., and unexpected crazy offers, then this decision is all but final. His release clause for the winter has already expired. More teams from England have inquired about him in the last few days. Guys, Serge Guirassy may have been a good signing for the club, guys. And for me, it's one of those things where I think, it's probably best in United's interest that we don't really sign anyone unless it's like a temporary loan deal. You know what I mean? Give the youth some time, give them chances, and let's do with what we have. Find out who are the failures in this squad. And at the end of this season, let's clear them out, guys. This is my honest opinion about these guys. Big up to you, my bro. Ilian Tello celebrated his 60th birthday on Sunday. He was able to see firsthand the wonder goal of Rasmus Højlund. I hope you had a great one again, my bro. Hope you're having a great day. You know how it is, bro. Thank you so much for always tuning in and checking up. Big up to you. Might as well just pay Marshall. Exactly, Tenno. We definitely need to be doing these sort of things. Pay these guys off. Let them go. It's no time to be being sentimental anymore. Yeah, Alien, I don't think we're going to sign anyone, bro. And I don't think we even should. I think we should use what we have, give the youth some time. And, the guys who are failing us, who we can depend on, let's get them out at the summer. You know what I mean? Get these bastard players out who don't want to work hard for the badge. You know what I mean? They act like if this is not a privilege. It should be a privilege every single day just to wear that Man United kit. Let alone wear it on the field in front of 70,000+ fans, guys. Come on. What are these guys thinking? You know what I mean? I just think that these guys need to do a lot better. They have not done it. They have not shown it. And now it's time for us to take off the sentimental shoes. Take off the emotions and be logical and clinical like they have not been all season, guys. 100%. And my last story, guys, this is kind of a nice one because you know what? I think the young striker needs this kind of good energy coming out to him right now. Mentality monster. United ace will be unbelievable. One of the best in the world. And this is what former PL boss Ruben Selles has to say about young Rasmus Højlund. Guys, I don't know what your thoughts is, but let's get into this information and let's hear what he had to say about our young number 9. Guys, let's go. And former PR boss says mentality monster United ace Rasmus Højlund will be best in the world. Amidst criticism Rasmus Højlund has received since making his big money move to Manchester United, it's been counteracted by those who knows he's something special. The latest voice in high praise for the forward is former Copenhagen assistant coach Ruben Selles, whom United supporters will recognize from his time at Southampton prior to their relegation. Selles claims that Højlund would be one of the best strikers in the world when he's fully found his feet in England, and it seems as though he's already on his way. After a tedious 15 games, the young Dane has finally opened his Premier League account on Boxing Day when his contribution sealed a triumphant and emphatic comeback win for the Reds against the rampant Aston Villa side. He already hit the ground running in Europe, scoring 5 times in 6 group stage matches so recreating his prolific form domestically was crucial. Absent from the subsequent loss to Nottingham Forest through illness, Hoyland added to his tally at the next available opportunity by netting the opener in Sunday's 2-2 draw with Tottenham Hotspurs, and assisted for the first time when setting up Marcus Rashford with a well-executed weighted pass. Sellis reserves special praise for Hoyland. Fans have high hopes for what Hoyland can bring to Old Trafford while his career continues its upward trajectory. And from someone who knows him inside out, it appears they have every right to be so optimistic. Sellis could not speak highly enough of his former protege this week when he joined the Training Ground Guru podcast. You can expect him to be rated as one of the best strikers in the world. The Reading manager began. When he has a miss, everyone is talking about it, but it's just a part of the process, and he will become a better player and he will become stronger in games. And his mind through this process. He's been brilliant in all the other competitions and brilliant for United. I think it's a matter of time before he connects that and connects that with the fans. And once he will make this crack, he's going to be unbelievable. He's a mentality monster. He developed into a mentality monster. He has a good family that takes care of him. His environment is really strong, and you don't have that quite often with a young, talented player. That when we had him in Copenhagen with that kind of mentality, whew, I could understand why the boss is talking so highly about this youngster. Guys, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that he's the greatest in the world, but I'm going to say he's quite proven himself to be a young talent, and I think he's going to do really, really well. Alien Telno, at least Ineos are sorting the wasters out finally. And yes, my bro, if it's anything that I hope that these guys do, even though I did not want the 25%, I hope they do well, because if they do well, Man United improves. And this is the ideology that fans don't see. You know what I mean? So-called senior United players taking pension early. Stephanie Griffith couldn't hit the nail harder on the head when you said that. Hoyland needs fast passing players around him or attack. I've been saying this. You know what, Alien? We need to have a show, and you need to come on and give your views, my bro. Come on and give your views. If you're not busy this afternoon, I'm having the transfer market show where I'm going to have the segment for the last 20 minutes where we talk about how not selling players, how selling players and not bringing anyone in could benefit United, and maybe give us a fresh new start going into the summer when we could get rid of the waste. You need to be here, my bro. I'm going to do it at 4 p.m. UK time. So if you have time, bro, be here. I got to go shortly because I'm going to be jumping on the KG Reckless stream this morning. We got to talk about the top 5 wingers from the 90s to now. And you know what? Marcus Rashford does not get in my top 5. I will tell you who does, though. And I will name 3 of them. And they go Giggs, Ronaldo, and Nani. And then afterwards, you already know who the other 2 should be. Guys, get your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Stephanie, you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm 100% sure this will be the right move. Rasmus will flourish once we move Rashford. 100%. 100%, guys. And as I review the stories that I went over earlier, guys, the last story, Ruben Sellis, high praise for Manchester United's young mentality monster, Rasmus Højlund, claiming the ace will be unbelievable, one of the best in the world. Serhu Guirassy at Stuttgart makes a turnaround as he asked the bosses to stay in Germany. Martial is banished to training alone because he has not met fitness levels required for the intense training sessions of Manchester United. And Sheikh Jassim'S team are filing and demanding a corrective statement following Manchester United's SEC filings, which came out on Wednesday. Guys, your thoughts in the comments. If you were not here, let me know. Get in the non-live section, leave your comments and criticisms, and don't be afraid to be negative. Like my best friend, buddy, Never Miss Rob. All lies, all lies, all lies. Yeah. Did you watch the show, bro, or did you just tune in? I hope you're having a good day to you. And Daddy Radcliffe, let's hope. Let's hope he does well, guy, because you know what? It's on him now. Because he's supposed to be in control of football. And if we are not doing better business, then he's gonna be the one to take the fall. Conchelsis and Sharp. Stephanie, I applaud you. I applaud you. MVP of the channel, Stephanie. MVP. Guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a great morning. I will be back at 4 p.m. with a transfer update. Hopefully, Alien Tenno will be joining me and maybe Drex. Never miss Rob. If you got time, come on and give your views. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Help the channel grow, guys. Help me get to the next one and the next one. So maybe I get to 100 subs today and be on the road to 200 next week. Guys, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Catch you all later. It's your boy, Mark NMUS fan. And this has been the Daily Update. Morning Views, Manchester United News.